let's talk for other guys about this matchup here. And with Cleveland, specifically Tristan McKenzie, I think Alana's right. This really was his coming out party. It's funny when you see him, just a beanpole, right? Tall and skinny. Like, you got to put some weight on this guy. But when he's pitching, it doesn't matter. There's weight behind those pitches.
Without question. He's 6'5", 165. My goodness. You know, he'd make for a good marathon runner, too, you know, it seems. But Tristan McKenzie has really impressed me this year. Like Alana said, coming off a tough year where you're demoted and you're struggling. We still had some walks in there. But, Ruben, we're going to go to the tape, and I'm going to show you. Coming out year, 191 innings and a 2.96. You have a sub-3 ERA in the American League. You were doing it. And here's how he's doing it with this fastball. I'm going to show you when we go to this four-seam fastball. This is all his strikeouts just in 2 weeks ago against Tampa Bay, and every one of them is a four-seam fastball at the top of the zone. Boom. Here comes another one right here. And again, like I said, every strikeout versus this Tampa Bay team. And then what do you do off that four-seam fastball, Ruben? You throw that 12-6 breaking ball. Hammer. And look at this. Guys just have to find a way to find out if your fastball is this a fastball or if it's a curveball. And you see right here, his curveball is as good as anybody's. The first K percentage in the league, 52.8%. Again, guys just don't know if it's going to be that high riding fastball or if it's that breaking ball off of it. And they're seemingly behind the fastball and a little bit out in front of that breaking ball trying to figure it out. But when you're that tall and you're throwing, again, up here at the top of that zone, and then when guys get committed to that and you see them committed and you throw that great breaking ball, Tristan McKenzie.
I know it's two different pitchers, but Bieber threw a lot of cutters that they were swinging at. It will be interesting if he increases the breaking ball percentage this time through because the Rays really struggled with it, you know, this last time out. So I know he had a lot of success with that four-seamer. Yeah. But he might be throwing a little bit more breaking balls just because of what he saw yesterday.
Well, there's no doubt Bieber went to that. I'm just going to tell you, if you're a fan and you're watching this game, and if you're a kid and you're a pitcher, watch these two 12-6 breaking balls. Glasnow and McKenzie have as good of true curveballs coming from a big angle. And if you have some of that size, let's watch and try to figure out how to do that.
As a kid growing up, Burt Blyleven, right? That 12-6. If you love that curveball, you definitely see it today. It's interesting, too, like Alana was saying, Ruben, for the Rays, it's a winner or go home. So Tyler Glasnow, they hope he goes deep, but it could be just an opener. If he struggles early, you cannot waste any time.
Yeah, he's been electric in his two outings, but he's only thrown 3 and 3 2/3, 64 pitches. They're talking about 75 to 85 pitches, but he's still rehabbing. His stuff is absolutely electric. He talked about the big hammer. He's got a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Is he going to be able to command it? He has not had a lot of success in postseason lately. Yes. But he does. He's a very confident guy. He's got great stuff. It'll be a tough task. And I do think that Kevin Cash is going to empty that bullpen very quickly. I mean, if he sees something happening with Glasnow where he doesn't feel comfortable, he's bringing the big boys in. Raleigh's coming in. Jason Adams is coming in. You're going to see Fairbanks. These guys are going to come early and often if he sees just a little bit of a glitch in Glasnow. I think Glasnow's going to pitch very well. I think of many of these teams, I think this is the one club that's got a real good chance to be able to survive if their starting pitcher goes down early.
And to your point, in the past, Kevin Cash will empty the tank. This was ALDS game 4, elimination game. McHugh went 2 innings. After that, McClanahan 2/3, Chargois, Kittredge, Patino, Fleming, Fairbanks, Fire Eyes. Like this, he empties the tank. He didn't care.
Yeah, and I don't blame him because he's got so much depth. This is the one organization that has created so much pitching depth, which is very difficult to do. Believe me, I've been there and have not done it. And I understand how difficult it is. But if you got the guys, then fire them out there because they're successful doing it.
And the other part of this, too, is you look at this Tampa offense overall, feels like it's 2 guys, Jake. It's a Rosarena and it's Franco. Their top hitters went 0 for 12, 6 strikeouts. Those other guys got to step up.
There's no doubt about it. But, you know, Yandy Diaz coming off some injury. Paredes had a big hit yesterday in a pinch hit. But to me, it's a Rosarena and Wander Franco. If the Rays are going to make some noise, they've got to get going. Rosarena had a good at-bat versus Bieber, took him to 3-2 in the top of the 7th yesterday. He ended up striking out, but it was a good at-bat, and it was a potentially game-changer if he gets on to start the 7th there. So look for them to just stretch the at-bats out and have at-bats like Cleveland we typically talk about having. You do that versus McKenzie, not throwing some strikes, you can give him some problems, and I look for that today from Franco and Rosarina.
I mean, that's why you got to say what Bieber did yesterday in neutralizing those two guys. Specifically, they were 0 for 12, I think, at the top of that lineup. And when you can do that consistently, I mean, you're dealing.
Yeah.
I got a little prediction, though. I love Manny Margot.
Yeah.
I think that he is one of those guys. He can come up with a huge base hit. I think he's going to come up with a big one today.
I like that specific pick. I like that. Pick to click, Manny Margot. You see the box score overall, and you see a lot of these guys obviously struggle. Shane Bieber will do that for you. Meantime, the Guardians starting lineup looks like this. Ruben, your star's going to step up. Jose Ramirez did that yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, he's the guy. I mean, there's no question that this team is built basically around that type of a leader. But there's so many guys in this lineup. They do just such a nice job of being able to put the ball in play, to work counts, and that's what's going to make it very difficult for Glasnow as he tries to maneuver through this lineup.